Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Sports Point. I am your host, Jacob Spoerl. Joining.
No! Why does everyone... Identity theft is not a joke, Liam. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Sports Point, brought to you by Pointer Studios. I'm your host, Jacob Spoerl. Joining here to my right is Brett McNamara and Cole Schneider. The Brett McNamara and the Cole Schneider. This was a week where I feel like I don't know what happened in the sports world. We had trouble this episode selecting our crowning champions, but guys, it's March. We're almost there.
We're going dancing.
We're going dancing. The Pointers are going dancing. Oh my goodness. The first NCAA tournament for the men's basketball team all the way since 2018. The first time this decade. Congrats to them. We got a lot of stuff to talk about today, but we'll start it off as we typically do with our crowning champion segment. And my crowning champion this week, it's a bit of a non-traditional pick. I got Bill Jartz, the PA guy for the Green Bay Packers, as he nicknamed himself Jartsy. So most of us here, as a collective, were invited to the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association Student Forum at Lambeau Field. Cole, sorry.
You missed out, guys. Sorry.
You missed out. It was a lot of great opportunities, great networking event for all of us in this field trying to get into the professional side of this industry. But the keynote speaker at the event was Bill Jartsy. Bill Jartz was Jartsy. He kept referring to himself as that, but man, he was a great entertainer and also a really cool way to just see how he's leveled up in the sports world and is a historic voice, a voice of my childhood, as I told him after. Great guy. And
He had a good laugh out of that.
I know, and honestly too, like I told you guys this, like he had some Chris Farley mannerisms, like the way he moved and talked. It was really cool. That's my crowning champion for this week. Gentlemen, who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
There you go.
Right now, my crowning champion is Rich Bisaccia. Mix-up of the century. He told the media a couple weeks ago that he was retiring from football, taking a step back after a not-so-successful tenure with the Green Bay Packers as special teams coordinator.
Yeah.
He comes out today and says that he is now signing with the Clemson Tigers to be their special teams coordinator.
Heading to college football.
I don't get it. I really don't.
I mean, you see that a lot. Like, you see when a lot of coaches' careers are probably winding down the NFL. The better opportunities are going to be in college football. And sometimes you see a good transition to that, sometimes not. But I don't even know if we mentioned this last week because it was our first week back. But yeah, special teams coordinator is now, oh my gosh, I don't even remember his name. Someone pull that up because I didn't even put this in the script. But yeah, Rich Bisaccia announced that he was stepping away from the team when we were in LA. That's why we didn't cover it. So obviously we are free. Put up the chains broken meme or whatever it is. We have been freed from the evil reign of Rich Bisaccia. Obviously, you never want anyone to lose their jobs.
So Packers' new special teams coordinator is Cam Accord, former New England Patriots special teams coordinator.
Yeah.
And for the past 2 years, he was an assistant special teams coordinator with the New York Giants.
Okay. And honestly, like the Giants haven't had an awful special teams, I think, in the last couple of years. They've got a good gunner on that team. But specifically in 2020, when he was with New England, I'm pretty sure they had the best special teams unit in the NFL that season. So I know I kind of took some gravitas away from your crowning champion, but I literally totally forgot that we hadn't spoken about that yet on the show. Do you have anything else for Rich Bisaccia?
I guess best of luck in Clemson. Thankfully, you're not with us anymore. Sorry, that was mean.
I mean, but you're not wrong. Brett, who is your crowning? Did you remove your crowning champion on the script?
I got it. Don't worry.
You got it? You got it locked in
We're
the brain?
locked in. My crowning champion is going to be Jonathan Kuminga. Ever since he got traded to the Atlanta Hawks from the Golden State Warriors, he's been playing great. His last 3 games, he's gotten over 17 points, where on February 24th, he had 27 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists. Then against the Wizards, that was against the Wizards, and then against the Wizards again 2 days later.
Wow.
He had 17 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists. And then last night, he had 20 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists as well. So the cum bucket is doing pretty good.
What?
The cum bucket?
I heard a from out there. You said the cum bucket?
That's his nickname, the cum bucket.
Okay.
I think there's a lot on the show. We'll allow it. But yeah, thank you guys
I don't see what's wrong with that.
Yeah, I don't either, actually. Well, thank you guys for that, for the crowning champion segment. And of course, I want to compliment the hat the hat you're wearing, bro. That's a pretty cool hat.
Thank you.
And you're wearing the
He's
Raj.
cross-branding, though. I don't get it.
But to be
He's
fair,
what?
It's not like I'm wearing a
He's what?
Cross-branding.
Oh, cross-branding.
What do
I
you
heard
think I said?
cross-breeding. I'm sorry. The cum bucket thing still threw me off. So you're wearing the rods. You know.
I am wearing the ride.
So little side story. We gotta let the
pinky dangle.
pinky dangle.
Shout out Rogers Realm. Oh yeah.
Give the belt.
We
Oh
got-
yeah, that's our little celly after
we
some
have a little
broadcasts.
We have the 3 Aaron Rodgers celebrations.
So that'll move us on to the 3-Point Try Campus Roundup, brought to you by Point Brewery. Guys, we still got Concord Grape as the flavor of the month. I'm gonna hand it out.
Goodness.
Who wants the cold one?
Yeah,
Because
I won.
Jake, Brett won our best 2 out of 3 rock, paper, scissors, unfortunately.
these are still like okay. This is the coldest one while I give you the ad read. So, Concord Grape is a handcrafted spin on a classic soda flavor made with 100% real sugar. Point Premium Concord Grape takes the purple goodness of your favorite jams and popsicles and adds the right amount of carbonation to make it pop. Before we get into this,
Oh, my goodness.
did you guys see what I did last week? Because
Yeah, I remember.
did you watch? Yeah, so I drank this. This was not throwing shade to Point Brewery. Obviously, it was more of a joke. It didn't taste bad, but Liam actually did some research, found out when we got this bottle, and it was December 2023.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
And that's been sitting on the desk since December
So
2023.
it has been sitting here for many a month, several years, and I drank it, and it wasn't bad. You could tell it was a little older, but hey, you know, if you want your sodas to last a long time, head over to Point Brewery. I want to talk about my first campus sport of this week that has started towards the tail end of February, and that is, I don't know why I pulled up men's basketball, but it's actually baseball. So right now, the men's baseball team, or just the baseball team, has started off the season 1-2. However, their first game, all first 3 of their games, were against the Illinois Institute of Technology. Those 3 games are on the February 27th, 28th, and there's another game on the 28th. So this season literally just started around the time of recording on this past Friday and Saturday. That first game, they went into extra innings and lost. The game 2, they had a pretty good game, won 6-1. And that last game that they played later that afternoon, they lost 1-5. So obviously starting off with a losing record, however, still putting up some good fight. Right now, the leader in batting average is on the team is Tino Ramirez, who's at 500 right now, and they've got a couple more teams to face before spring break. They've got Carroll University and Franklin College. Both will be played in Franklin, Indiana, and then not too long after that, on March 15th in Davenport, Florida, they're taking on St. John's University. So that's a pretty big school, obviously, for a Division III school to face off against them. But guys, take a guess at when their first home game is.
I'm going to go April 5th.
April 5th?
April 26th. 14th.
Dang. Yeah, not that late, but April 11th
Ha, I got it. You didn't.
is going to be their first.
I don't remember.
What? Yeah.
26th. I went over your first answer.
Yeah. 14th. No, you guys are both close. So yeah, I mean, their first game in the state of Wisconsin won't even be till March 28th. So we have several weeks before that, and that's their first game of conference play. But I think from what I saw in terms of groupings, 8 total games. However, those first 2 games are double headers against River Falls, who were brand new, back to the conference last year, as they didn't have an official team. They just had a club team. But of course, they won the Club World Series, not last year, but the year before.
The 11th? What day is that?
April 11th should be a Saturday. Yeah, it is. April 11th is a Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, they play their games at 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
I know there is weekday games where 90 FM will be out there broadcasting at 12.
Mm-hmm.
Which is
I'm
cool.
excited.
Which
I'm
is cool.
I'm excited to call some baseball games. I haven't done that yet. This is the only sport I have not called here at Point, so I'm ready for it. But yeah, obviously, nice start. We'll see how it goes these next couple of weeks. Cole, who is your sport that you want to talk about today?
UWSP men's basketball, as you said at the beginning of the show, they are dancing.
Congrats,
Friday.
Hold on. Let's get a little dance. Cue the wide shot.
Oh my goodness. They were able to sneak into the NCAA tournament. They were the 20th team, it said on your list.
Yeah.
After a WIAC semifinal loss to UW Lacrosse that we will not get into because that is painful in our memories. They are one of 4 WIAC teams to make the NCAA tournament, along with Lacrosse, Platteville, and Whitewater. Set to play Mary Hardin Baylor from Texas, sitting at 20-7, 5-1 in conference. They are currently on a 3-game winning streak, 2-game losing skid. Their top scorer is Hudson Johnson, averaging 19.8 points per game. Josiah Butler with 18.6 for us. Should be a good game.
Oh, it is going to be a good game. I'm excited.
Yeah.
We might be there.
Yippee.
Maybe.
We don't know. I have stuff going on this weekend, but you two might be there. Represent us well. Yeah. Obviously, that lacrosse game was disappointing, to say the least. The game started off, lacrosse went on a 12-0 run, and then we could just never make up ground. Lacrosse had a lead pretty much that entire game. And, yeah, it was obviously disappointing for the home crowd. Obviously, lacrosse fans traveled well. But shockingly enough, guys, we got the 2 most underdog schools to play in the WIAC championship, which was UW Whitewater and UW Lacrosse. Anyway, so yeah, but still 4 teams, as you had said, 4 teams are making the NCAA tournament out of the WIAC. Point, Whitewater, Lacrosse, and Platteville. Somehow they snuck their way in.
Shout out Women's Conference, too. 5 teams made it. For River Falls, Lacrosse, Oshkosh, Whitewater, and I think Platteville did too.
Yeah, I mean, the women's team had a tough battle in their WIAC playoff, and they had obviously lost their game against Whitewater, but it was pretty close, I think, compared to what a lot of people were expecting. Good end of the season for them. Do you have anything else to say, guys?
I think they'll win the first round. The second game against, I'm assuming it's going to be Gustavus Adolphus, but the game that they are competing against, Gustavus Adolphus, is against Bethany College or Lutheran College.
Yeah.
Who faced the Pointers.
In the pre-Thanksgiving tournament.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it'd be cool to see a rematch there at Gustavus Adolphus if we end up going there.
The Gusties!
Yeah, the Gusties. They always come back into our lives.
They always
Jacob.
come back to haunt us.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, yeah, it'll be, I think, a pretty good couple matchups there at St. Paul, Minnesota. But, yeah, Bethany Lutheran and the Gusties are like 9 miles away from each other. So, like,
Cool
this is like a crosstown rivalry in
drive.
college. Yeah, calm little 4 hour. But, yeah, no, it should be a pretty good tournament. We'll see if the Pointers can do much, but... Yeah, it still sucks they don't have Cal Crone.
We're going to move on. Obviously, congrats to them. Hopefully, I mean, again, what a huge feat. Their first time dancing, their first time in the NCAA tournament since 2018. That's a huge accomplishment. Brett, do you want to quickly talk over the UWSP men's hockey team? And then right after, I'll talk a little bit about the women's hockey team.
Yeah, for sure. So the Pointers were in the WIAC tournament their first round was against UW Superior, where they were the last seed in that WIAC tournament and surprisingly ended up winning against UW Superior at their home. That final score was 2-1. They played very good in that game, and they actually looked very well in where we actually thought they could compete potentially for a WIAC championship. And then they faced UW Stout a week later.
Rivals.
Yeah, and it was a good game for 3 whole periods. Like, I mean, the defense is probably the best defense the Pointers have had all season, and they needed it. And unfortunately, they allowed that last goal with about, I would say, 7 minutes remaining in the game. And Stout just took it and ran with it, and they won 1-0. So, I mean, overall, losing a game again in the second round against UW Stout, you got to look at the way the season was and how it ended up turning out this way. At least you didn't get blown out at the end of your game. You ended up winning one game when nobody thought you were going to win one anyways, and it was against a ranked team where it was only 1-0. So, overall, I would say the end of the season was a success in a way where there's a lot to improve on, yes, but at the same time, there's a lot that we can, look forward to for this team.
Yeah, I mean, I saw that obviously UW Stout won. Do you know who won that other game?
It's River Falls.
It was River Falls. So, yeah, it's going to be River Falls and Stout. So that is the 1 seed and the 3 seed of the WIAC playoff bracket, heading to play each other in the finals, or in the final game, the championship game this weekend. Of course, I don't know. There might be a chance that the men's hockey team could get a tournament bid, but I think it's really, really doubtful that it'll happen.
It was almost guaranteed they weren't.
I do agree. I think it's still extremely unlikely. And if it is, I mean, that was our last hockey game calling together. Dang, that's bad.
Don't say that.
Yeah, dang. Yeah, I mean, it's been a fun season. Unfortunately, it hurts again that the Pointers were unable to get back to the WIAC championship game. It was their first time in 10 years. That it was last year they didn't make it, and now they didn't make it again. But not to end on doom and gloom, still a very good season. And again, that was a big upset in that quarterfinals round against Superior. And then I also want to talk about women's hockey really quick. They got themselves a WIAC postseason bid. Unfortunately, they did lose to number 11th ranked UW Lacrosse. They lost both those games 0-4 and then 0-5 on February 27th and 28th. And before that too, they had lost to UW River Falls. But again, River Falls is the number one team in the country for the fifth year in a row. And it's because they get, I mean, it's going to sound harsh, but it's true. They do get the UM. They get the University of Minnesota rejects and some Wisconsin ones too. So they're a huge hockey program. Good to them. But do you guys have anything else for the crowning champion, or sorry, not crowning champions, campus roundup segment?
I know there's a wrestler that's going on to competing.
Yeah.
Easton Hull.
Yes.
Won his regionals.
Yeah.
Good for him. And
Competing.
184 weight bracket, I want to say.
Yeah, competing nationally. Good stuff from the UWSP men's wrestling team for sure. Anything else?
That's it for me.
Let's go dancing, men's basketball.
Roll Dogs.
That'll scoot us on over. Once again, thank you for Point Brewery for sponsoring this episode as well as this segment. We love ourselves some Concord Grape. The next segment, we're going to be talking about the MLB update. Guys, the World Baseball Classic is coming up right around the corner. It looks like you got a banana peel on here. It'll actually be starting by the time this episode comes out. All the games will be played in 4 venues, 2 in the United States, or at least 2 in the continental United States in Miami, as well as in Houston. One of the other venues is in San Juan in Puerto Rico, and the other in Tokyo, Japan. So those will be the 4 sites. And then I also have the game schedule up here. There should be about the first day that it's being played is March 5th. So that's a Thursday where it's going to be China and Australia, and then Czech and Korea. And then the first game the United States are a part of is March 6th, 7 o'clock Central Time, where the United States are taking on Brazil. But yeah, there are games going to be all throughout the middle of March, and I think March 15th, I should have this on here. March 15th or March 17th is the championship for the World Baseball Classic. Gentlemen, do you have any thoughts?
The Brewers are playing Great Britain like in 2 days.
Yeah. Guys, I have also here the power rankings here, according to Major League Baseball's website. Number one ranked in this tournament is, of course, Japan. You got Shohei, Seiya Suzuki.
Puerto Rico. Venezuela.
Number 2 is United States.
3 is Puerto Rico.
You got Aaron Judge, Paul Skeens, Scooble.
Mike
No,
Trout, right?
3.
Venezuela.
3 is the Dominican Republic.
Oh.
4 is Venezuela.
5
5 is Mexico. 6 is Puerto Rico.
Rico.
7 Korea. 8 Canada. 9 Colombia. And 10th the Netherlands, who of course just had a great 2026 Winter Olympics. Can they carry that into the World Baseball Classic? Who we predicting to win it all?
USA.
I think USA's got it this year.
USA.
I think with the way that, Japan didn't. They had a lot of players not compete this year.
Yeah,
so
they did.
obviously Shohei will be in there, but he's not pitching.
No,
I think he's only
the
hitting.
DH. He's the DH.
And yeah, it's just, I don't know. I've been noticing a lot this year. It's just been more like, no, I don't really want to play, or no, like Paul Skeens is pitching 2 games. Tariq Skubal is pitching 1 game.
Dang.
And it's like, okay, we're gonna rely on the rest of the guys. So I don't know what's going on.
I think it's gonna be either Venezuela or. I think it's gonna be Venezuela, Dominican Republic, maybe United States. I agree. I don't think it'll be Japan. I wanna hear. Give me the eagle. And then the bear, like
And then a shark jumping out of water.
yeah, just coming out. Okay, I don't know.
What is wrong with that?
Moving on to the NFL update, guys. The NFL Combine happened. I'm sure everyone watched it live.
Didn't even know what was going on until
Yeah,
I saw the
I
clips.
really did not watch it live.
I don't know all the standouts. Obviously, Fernando didn't compete, but he was there and he was stretching with the rest of his quarterbacks.
Give me Jennings Dunker, bro. Give me Jennings Dunker from Iowa. Bring him to the Packers, please.
You said you don't want him? You don't want Dunker?
Did you see what he was doing?
He said I love Culver's.
Yes, that's the one.
Come on.
Just because he loves Culver's doesn't
Okay,
mean
okay.
Hey, look at him. He is literally looks exactly like a mix of Josh
He
Sitton,
looks,
CJ
he
Lang,
looks
and
and
Brian
loves.
Bulaga.
He looks and loves Culver. He looks like a Packer. He loves.
Okay, but
Culver's,
also
but doesn't mean
I
that he's a good
really like
football
his
player.
run. I really like his run blocking.
Okay, there you go.
That's
Thank
what
you.
we need.
Thank you. That's a statistic that I want to see.
Okay, well,
I'm not hating on the other things.
Want to know what
but
number he wears too?
6'7".
Oh, sorry.
yeah, guys. Open the window and jump right out of it. Carlos will
say
take
so.
the spot. Yeah, I mean Jennings Dunker. Damn, he's only a year older than me. 316 pounds, 6'5". Yeah, I mean, I want some actual stats. I didn't actually watch a ton of his combine performance. I watched his 40 time, but really his footwork was pretty good. It impressed me. And man, I just feel like he'd get along so well with obviously Tucker Kraft, but Devontae Wyatt and Christian Watson. I don't know why those three guys, or not Devontae Wyatt, Micah. He'd get along with Micah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, Kenyon Sadiq ran the fastest 40 time ever for a tight end. I think he ran faster than, oh my gosh, a couple of wide receivers. He ran faster than the wide receiver from Ohio State this year. Yeah, 4.39 for a tight end. That's nuts. That's faster than some of the wide receivers that are going to be in this class. But again, I'm not a huge combine person because, especially after last year, one of the biggest standouts from last year's NFL Combine was Shamar Stewart, who some Packers fans are like, oh my gosh, we're going to draft him. He's going to be the next Lucas Van Ness and Rashawn Gary in terms of a mistake. And I was like, I cannot believe this might happen. I'm so glad it didn't. I'm so glad we drafted Matthew Golden. But Shamar Stewart was drafted by the Bengals, did nothing. Literally did nothing. And he didn't do much in his college career. He's just crazy athletic. But people saw the relative athletic score or the RAS score, and it was the same. I don't remember if it was the same or 1 point higher than Myles Garrett's. So that's why I got so much media attention. But I just feel like we place too much value as a society in the NFL Combine, especially the 40-yard dash. Obviously that get off speed that you see, Xavier Worthy's 40-yard dash from a couple years ago, his release incredible, and that is applicable to his game. But game speed is different than just running in a straight line for 40 yards.
Well, you notice it now that a lot of people are starting to not watch the combine or pay more attention to the combine. It's more for the scouts and coaches at the end of the day. And yeah, you're kind of seeing a glimpse of what the draft's going to be like. But I feel like as of recent, I mean, I used to watch the combine growing up. I would be like, okay, I want to see this guy and I want to see the groups. I barely see clips anymore now. That's the thing. It's just okay, this guy ran fast.
I think the best part about the combine is the interviewing process and seeing how they talk. But as a scout, if I was a scout for the NFL, you know what I take a lot more value in terms of game type style stuff than the combine? Senior Bowl. Senior Bowl and senior showcases where they're in pads going, because that's realistic.
Mm-hmm.
That athletic testing is important at times, but it's not the most important value of someone's playing style.
Could have been you too.
Huh?
Could have been you too.
I'm okay where I'm at. I'm glad I did this instead. Guys, David Montgomery, now former running back for the Detroit Lions, was traded to the Houston Texans for a 4th-round pick, a 7th-round pick, and offensive lineman Juice Scruggs, who I didn't know existed until this morning. Who?
I thought he got traded for a 5th-round pick, and that was it.
No.
No?
That's what I heard too.
That's what I heard. Oh, 4th and a 7th pick in exchange for the veteran. Okay, yeah, you're right. I didn't see Juice Scruggs.
I swear I saw a 5th.
Oh,
I just got
Juice Scruggs isn't there. I could have swore I saw a 5th on something too.
Yeah. I saw that. I think that's what it was, and I think it got negotiated because I'm seeing that too. But the stat I had updated was only 2 hours ago. So, yeah, that seems like the official trade. I think this is funny specifically for the fact that Monty denied getting traded last week.
Who was he supposed to go to?
Who was he supposed to go to?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think there was rumors. I think Texans were the rumor, but I also heard, Oh, I thought Steelers and another team.
The only thing is that I don't know why the Texans are doing this. In my opinion, I like Woody Marks. I think that he's
Why not
serviceable.
develop him underneath Joe Mixon? I know Joe Mixon was hurt most of last year. But
I don't know if I think it might be his contract. That's what I saw.
I think Mixon's gone, and so is Chubb.
Well, Chubb is done. Chubb is not a viable option. Joe Mixon's in the final year of his contract, but the thing is, he could still get cut because he didn't play a single snap last year.
I don't know.
I don't hate the move. I think if it was just a 5th-round pick and Juice Scruggs, I think that's good. What?
I really forgot that I predicted that David. Remember that list that I came up with on my notes app? It
Yeah.
was like,
Did you say that?
I said David Montgomery was gonna get traded. I was just editing.
I didn't even personally, David Montgomery is probably coming off one of his least memorable years in Detroit. But, like, people were saying, like, I don't remember him doing anything this year. Was it on the list?
16.
you did call it.
Good job, Brett. You called it.
The Bears are getting rid of DJ Moore.
I think that's going to happen.
That's definitely going to happen.
I think that's going to happen.
I got Malik Willis signs to the Dolphins. I got a lot of ideas.
Malik to the Dolphins. Okay, we'll keep this all in mind.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, this brings up, is Aaron Jones making
No.
a return to the
Dude, no.
Packers?
No, I don't even think about it. I'm sorry.
I really hope Marshawn Lloyd gets healthy, but with the way that he has been so injury prone, right now they want him to be our number 2, but he has proven nothing.
Let's just think about this in a realistic
You picked up the
standpoint.
flag.
I just picked it up.
Oh,
I was
okay,
messing
okay.
around with it. The only thing that I want to bring to attention is that, I mean, yeah, he's been injured. Marshawn Lloyd has been. He's going to come back fully healthy and coming into the new season. I know that
Said that last year.
I know, but we can't just assume he's going to be injured. But let's just think about this right now.
I do agree with this.
He's going to be
That's
the
fair.
RB2. Let's
That's
just
fair.
put this in respect, like an actual realistic possibility. He's going to be the RB2. A lot of potential still. We haven't not seen a single thing. We cannot just keep on predicting, oh, he's going to be trash, he's going to be injured, he's going to be doing all this. Like, we got to actually see, actual gameplay of this guy. I want to see him training camp, preseason, in order to make that decision.
Yeah.
And I think in order to see that, we can't bring in another veteran like Aaron Jones, who is not as explosive anymore. He had a decent year this first year with the Vikings. The second time, or this last year, was just not as good. And there's a reason that they're moving on from him. So I just think overall, I know E. Will is probably not going to be coming back. We're still going to have Chris Brooks, I think, coming back.
I think it's confirmed, man. It's not confirmed, but like he said it on an Instagram live. Like he said he's gonna miss his time with the Packers. Like it's pretty official.
Yeah.
He wasn't tendered. Yeah.
So if Aaron Jones doesn't sign with the Packers, I definitely see him signing with the Steelers. Just if Aaron Rodgers comes back, I could see that.
That would annoy me so much.
It would annoy me too, but I could see it if Aaron Rodgers decides to
have
come back to the
Gainwell.
Steelers.
Here's my thing.
If I'm the Steelers,
Here's
I'm
my
giving
thing.
Case
One of my
Gainwell.
favorite players ever is Aaron Jones. I think he was such a great human being. He literally he poured his father's ashes in one of the end zones at Lambeau Field. Like this guy screamed Packer. Like this guy was great for the culture. He was a great leader. And what upset me at the time was that his final 5 games as a Packer rushed for all over 100. All those final 5 games over 100 yards rushing.
Yeah.
Like, and I remember right away when we got rid of him, some people were like, "Well, he wasn't good last year." I'm just like,
What?
it was very annoying to me because for 40 minutes we had Josh Jacobs and Aaron Jones on the team, and it absolutely gutted me when he went to the Vikings. I'm very fortunate that he never scored a touchdown against the Packers. And I see it from 2 angles. I think from a realistic point of view, I completely agree with you, Brett. I don't think it makes a ton of sense for the Packers to sign Aaron Jones. For me personally, I would want it just because I, as a fan, want Aaron Jones. I don't think the Packers as a team want or need Aaron Jones. And it all really rides on the Marshawn Lloyd thing because at the end of the day, Marshawn Lloyd is still a 3rd-round pick that you drafted 2 years ago. And it's really, really hard because he has played 1 game. He has played so few snaps. He's had so many injuries, so many freak injuries. We drafted him injured out of USC, but everyone had always said from the combine, from the draft, from when we've had him in the offseason, that Marshawn Lloyd was arguably the best back in that class. And every time he plays, he looks really good. But I think this is the year for Marshawn Lloyd.
I agree.
If he plays less than half of the season, he might get cut because you get then like a fifth of the expected output for your first 3 seasons, and that's unacceptable.
And I think it's just kind of stupid, really, when people are just like, we got to get rid of him.
Yeah,
like
now it
It's like-
doesn't make sense.
Well,
It does
because you
not.
got to look at where he was the whole season. He's on the PUP or he's on the IR. Like, he's
Correct.
not taking up a roster spot.
No.
He's making rookie money. At the end of the day, from a third-round draft pick, I mean, it's just it never made sense why people will ever say that. And I still think, I mean, like, you go on to this season, it stems back to Aaron Jones. It's just how the running back market is, and it always will be. By the time you get to the round where Aaron Jones' age is, you start to go down. It's a declining hill, and that's how the NFL knows it. I
Yep.
mean,
It's
it's plain
that
and simple. It's
plateau.
right there. And that's why a lot of people are like, all right, are the Packers going to move on from Josh Jacobs and go get Kenneth Walker or whatever? I'm just putting stuff out there. But it's like, yeah, I mean, it's not a terrible idea because as a running back, the younger you are and the more explosive you are, the better you're going to be.
Yeah, and now what I will say about that is there has been that argument that is disproven that to an extent. I'm not saying you're completely wrong, Brett, but that year when it was like the most talk I'd ever heard about, 30 is the magic number, and then you lose all that talent. That is the year when Josh Jacobs got sent over to the Packers, when Saquon Barkley went sent over to the division rival Eagles, and Derrick Henry sent over to the Ravens. Now, I think only 2 of those guys were over 30. But 2 of those guys were Saquon Barkley and Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry has cemented himself as a very good running back still in the NFL today. Saquon can be the best at times. Like, I think depending on the right situation and the right workload, it can still make it work. But there are plenty of running backs who they just declined so fast when they hit that age number. So I do think you're right. I think you could this isn't meant to be mean, but I think you could identify who the more casual fans were, and they were just screaming and crying for Marshawn Lloyd to be cut when he wasn't even taking up a roster spot last season. This is the year for Marshawn Lloyd to prove it, but I don't think it makes a ton of sense getting another running back when we need corner, interior defensive line, offensive line.
And even then, Emmanuel Wilson was an undrafted free agent. Chris Brooks was an undrafted free agent.
2 very good undrafted free agents.
Yeah,
Very
exactly.
much.
Like, you just gotta. They know what they're doing. I mean, they traded Malik Willis for a 7th round, or they traded for Malik Willis for a 7th round draft pick. Like, at the end of the day, I think Gutekunst has his moments. I think that front office does have its moments where they're like, yeah, this is good. You can't just look at, like, the big guys they signed, like Aaron Banks and Nate Hobbs. Yeah, it didn't work out year 1. But you got to look at the other ones, the smaller things that ended up becoming bigger things. So, I mean,
I agree.
I guess we'll see what happens. But overall, yeah, I don't think Aaron Jones is a good idea.
No.
Yeah, I'd agree.
I know. I agree though. From a fan aspect, yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
obviously,
it'd be cool,
I miss
but-
him. But you guys mentioned free agency. Guys, NFL free agency starts next week or just in a few days by the time you're watching this
crazy.
episode. Monday, March 9th. I think the deadline is going to be 3 o'clock our time when it opens up. So live when we're doing Sports Point next week. I mean, oh, man, we have the interview. We got a special things lined up possibly for next week. But yeah, NFL free agency will be going on while we're recording next week's episode. So look out for that. I know you had your prediction. Let's get mine and Cole's first. Biggest prediction for NFL free agency, Cole.
For Packers or just in general?
In general.
I think Malik Willis is getting $30 million a year, but that's not my prediction. I just wanted to say that.
I agree.
1 minute. We talked about it on Attack the Mac last week. Me and Jacob did.
Tyreek Hill to the Giants, guys. Come on now.
No, I think at this point, when people
I'm
are
just
like,
looking
"Oh my
right now.
gosh, Tyreek Hill, he's not coming back to the Dolphins. Bring him to Green Bay." No. Oh my gosh, no. If you want that, you can leave the fan base. I'm kidding. I'm joking. Anyone can have an opinion.
So we talked about it. I think Devin Lloyd gets a big max contract with the Jaguars because if they don't re-sign him, they are messing up.
Yeah.
If they don't re-sign Devin Lloyd, who was second-team All-Pro this past year, in his third or fourth season,
Yeah.
I think
agree
that.
with I think my biggest one, Trey Hendrickson to the Chiefs.
I could see that, or
I
the
think-
Bears. I think it's tough. I think biggest free agent move. I was at the start. I was like, yeah, Kenneth Walker's gonna go back to the Seahawks. But the more and more I see,
Whoa! You don't think he's getting re-signed? The
Where do
Seahawks
you think
Super
he
Bowl
signs to? Where do you think he
MVP.
signs to?
okay, so this is where I'm looking at it. I don't think the Seahawks are going to want to pay him the amount of money he wants. I think this agent, if I'm his agent, you're the best running back in free agency right now. I think you're one of the top. I mean, you look at it, he had a pretty good season. He's young.
He had a very good postseason.
Very good postseason. Looked very good. He's an MVP.
Super Bowl MVP.
So, my prediction is that Kenneth Walker will not go back to Seattle, and the Chiefs will not draft Jeremiah Love. I think the Chiefs are going to go all in on Kenneth Walker.
That would annoy me so much.
That would be.
I think about it, because if I'm the Chiefs, you just had your worst year in the last 7 years, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You need to make a splash in free agency. You can free up some space. You're going to have to restructure Mahomes' contract and a couple other guys.
They just let go of Juwan Taylor, too, their right tackle.
So, yeah. So I think, overall, Kenneth Walker, like we said, he's a beast. He is the best running back in this free agency class, still very young.
Yeah.
Got a lot of upside still. I think this would be probably the home run hit that the Chiefs end up doing, and that's signing Kenneth Walker.
I disagree. I think the Seahawks would be fools to not re-sign him.
I also agree with that.
I think they can let go of some guys. Like we talked about Boye Mafe. Like
He's
technically
going to sign somewhere else.
technically had a pick 6 in the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
He's a good defensive lineman, but that's a category where the Seahawks are really stacked at right now.
We compared him to like Son Reddick, who's always going to put up consistent numbers for every team he goes to.
Yeah, I compared him to Milton Williams too. He had two sacks, 2.5 sacks in the Eagles Super Bowl 2 years ago. He got let go in free agency, got a mega contract signed by New England, and now he's one of their star players on the defensive side of the ball. Just played in the Super Bowl again. We'll see what happens in free agency next week. It's going to be a big one.
Another thing you talked about, I saw this a few weeks ago.
No.
I see Calais Campbell signing with the Packers.
I like it, baby.
You don't like it?
No.
I like
Brett
is it
doesn't
veteran
like it.
presence.
I
A
hate
veteran
this.
presence.
No, I hate this. I'm sorry. I hate this. He's too old.
I know he's too old, but he's been so consistent,
don't
especially
care.
at his
I
age.
don't
He was.
care.
Against the reigning Super Bowl champions, he had a pretty good game against the Seahawks last year. Against Gray Zabel and their center, who's okay.
I'm not saying Calais Campbell's a bad player. I just think there's no reason to really put.
I think
words.
I don't think we'd have to pay a lot of money. That's why I wouldn't
come
hate
here
it.
on a very minimal contract.
Yeah.
He's not gonna want to go. So where has he been in his career?
Where's he been?
Arizona.
Started out with the Cardinals, then the Jaguars, then the Ravens. Now I think
Was he on the Ravens?
He was on the Ravens.
Was he the Titans ever?
No. Then he was back on the Cardinals.
I know he's on his second
So
stint.
hear me out. I think the only reason he doesn't come here, it's cold.
Guys, last segment we're going to talk about March Madness is coming on up. Oh man, I just got rid of my my rankings or my stats. But guys, who do you think is winning it all? Early predictions. March Madness is coming up in a couple weeks, so we still got time for the college basketball regular season. But any initial thoughts, or would you guys rather hear the top 25 at least for right now?
Let's just do top 25.
So right now, obviously number 1, Duke, Arizona, Michigan, UConn, Florida, who I actually am pretty surprised for the amount of players that they lost. They're top 5 right now. Iowa State, Houston, Michigan State, Michigan, both beaten by Wisconsin, Nebraska, Texas Tech is 10th, and then some other notable schools in here, Purdue at 15th, Gonzaga 12th, Alabama now 16th after a big win the other night. Miami, Ohio up to 19th. As they are, of course, 29-0, the best they've had in program history.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, they're not going to win.
They're going to get absolutely
St. Louis is 25th right now. That rounds up.
St. Louis is a little bit different. I think St. Louis is better than
What are the
Ohio.
Baptist ranked right now? Are they still?
They're unranked.
They're unranked. Yeah.
They've dropped out of the AP top 25 rankings.
After that loss to Oregon, I believe.
Yeah, that was a bad game against Oregon. The Badgers, they need to play the best teams, otherwise they're going to lose. I feel like they play up to competition, but then they also play down to worse competition. I feel like.
Out of all the teams, I'm big on Michigan State this year. I actually think they look very good. I think this seems like a Tom Izzo kind of year, where at least they'll get to the Final Four. I think in my prediction, or at least Elite 8. Otherwise, if I had to go closer to the top ranked teams, I'm going Duke. I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, they have Cam Boozer. He's a top 3 pick, easily locked. I don't know where he's going to end up going, but at the end of the day, I think Duke is just so dominant in the way that they performed this whole season. It's kind of tough to go away from them. Similar to Florida last year. But at the end of the day, I don't think they're as good. If they were to face Florida's team last year, I think they still lose to Florida. But I still think it's kind of like last year, where like the top teams are just like, yeah. Michigan though, it's a little bit.
I can't give
iffy.
my prediction yet because I'm undefeated and I have to wait till we get to that March
okay.
Madness episode.
Okay, yeah.
I am thinking 2 of these top 5 teams, but I don't see Michigan or Arizona.
Arizona's not doing anything.
I don't think
and I don't like Michigan either. I think UConn had a much better year this year, but a lot of their games have been way too close.
I agree.
I think, yeah, they're sitting at the top of the Big East, but that Big East has been a little bit difficult for them as soon as they enter play.
Diffy.
So, yeah, I like Michigan State. I like Texas Tech. I think that they have a very good, well spread out team. And then Gonzaga. I honestly think Gonzaga doesn't look too shabby either. They're ranked 12th right now. So
They always like kind of peter out, I feel like.
yeah, that's true. So, and I wouldn't pick Purdue. They don't have their front court's not that good compared to their previous years. So that's where I'm kind of at. But yeah, Miami, Ohio.
Not doing anything.
Just because it says 29-0, guys.
No.
Look at the schools they've
Look at the schools they've played.
and
They're playing
their
in the
recent
MAC,
games. They've
dude.
just scraped out of some games here.
Yeah.
The last few games have been against. Well, it says Michigan or Western Michigan here. They beat them by 2, but the last couple games have been very close both times, where it could have ended in a loss. So.
All right. We got anything else, gentlemen?
Big snay on the
Oh.
off snay.
Giannis is back.
Oh yeah, I forgot to write that
Yes.
in. Giannis is coming back to the Bucks. I think the Bucks at one point went 7-8. Cam Thomas was playing really good. So was KPJ. Of course, Ryan Rollins balling as usual. Yeah, Mejang. What?
Ousmane Dieng.
Ousmane Dieng. I still can't say his name right. Yeah, I mean he's had some moments, but unfortunately, they went 7 of their 8, and then these last 2 games, they got routed by the Knicks and the Bulls. Unfortunately, obviously, no, you don't want Giannis to get rushed back, but we need Giannis back. So hopefully he'll be fully healthy from his calf injury. It'll be nice to have him back. I know there's some hope that the Bucks can make a playoff spot. We'll see. I don't know. I mean, even if we do,
Sneak into the play-in tournament.
I mean, even if we do, we're not gonna. Yeah, we might get in the play-in tournament. We're not gonna do anything.
You don't know that.
Yeah, I do.
Get ready for Chris Middleton to come back, guys. Just kidding. If he gets bought out, I was talking it over with my cousin. I'm like, I wanted it originally. It's kind of like Aaron Jones, but you got to look at this team, and it's like, where would he fit? It's just too tough to fit him in there. So, Giannis is back. I do want to see these next few games how he's going to be able to compete with Cam Thomas and Ousmane now. It's just, we'll see. I mean, it's a lot of more floor spacing. So,
we'll see.
and I think they're going to win their first round.
We'll see.
gonna
But yeah,
keep on
that'll
throwing
be
stuff
all
out
from
there.
here. That'll be all from us here at Sports Point. Thank you to the Brett McNamara and the Cole Schneider. Thank you guys for coming on the show again today. Thank you for everyone that helping out. Thank you, Liam. And my gosh, nicked my eyeball. Thank you for Liam coming back this week and impersonating me. From all of us here at Sports Point. We'll see you next time.
I'm your host, Jacob Spoerl. Joining me by my